All right, so moving on from here, I'm going to start the edge of the mouth. So I'm just going to create a poly here, bring this down to the edge of the beak. I want to make sure I try and stay near the center line. Snap to the back there. There we go. Quad draw out. And then let's continue down and around. I'm just going to loosely drop these in. All right, going back to the center line. Let's go back to my orthographic. Actually, let's not do that. I don't want to do that. Let's just do a little bit of eyeballing here. And then let's actually bring this all the way back to the edge of our beak. And this is why I say optimally we want to start simply. You can see right now I have quite a few edge loops in here. The more edge loops I start with, the more I have to move around, the more time it's going to take for me to retopologize this creature. You can always build in the complexity after the fact. Alright, I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring this all the way up around that whole mouth area that's going to flex. Part of the reason why I started a little closer in is because it's easier to form those faces when those points are closer to each other. The more spread out they are, the more room for error you have when you go to create those faces with the quad draw tool. Alright, now shift here, shift here, shift there. Now that's closed off. Might want to consider adding an extra edge loop in here, but I got to be careful, especially as I move on, because I don't want this to shoot through the entire head. All right, so I'm looking at where it's going. So it's going to add two extra edges into my nostril. I don't know if I want that. I'll see if I can work with something else here. And I want to try and think if dropping an extra edge loop in there is really going to help me. I don't see it doing a whole lot, so I think I'm going to avoid that. All right, from here, let's go out into the brow. Just get a little bit better spacing right here. There we go. So at the tip of the brow, to hold this form, I want an L junction here. So I'm going to drop 1 point, just like that. And the reason being, let's see if you guys can see this. form a face here and another one here. Nope, I don't like that. Let's try that again. Don't want to merge those two together, or do I? No, I'm good with that. All right. So the way I'm thinking of the tip of the brow is like a cube. So I want this L junction here to serve as a means of sort of isolating this region, creating a nice clean edge loop that comes around and isolates this region as much as we're isolating the eyes or the nostrils, so that we have a clean edge loop for any action that's going on in here. We have a nice clean edge loop to hold that structure. All right, so back through here, I'm counting my edges along here, so that combining these two together is going to be easy-ish. It's not going to form the way I want it. And it might be because this is just so stretched out. Bring that up. Missing quite a bit right there. So let's see what dropping an edge loop in here means. We'll relax this out. Now that I've added density in here. I'm going to bring this edge up right along the ridge. Sort of missing a little bit right there, but is that going to kill me? That's sitting in front of this. I don't know if I'm really going to notice that. And is that really worth dropping in another edge loop, which is what I would have to do to hold that. Let me just see if I can slide this up a little bit. It's not horrible, but it's not wonderful either. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to rework this lower piece here. Face mode. Let's go to object mode. I'm going to hit Alt H, and that's going to hide my reference, or I'm going to bring up my layers, hitting Control A, and go to the body. I'm going to go ahead and delete history since I didn't do it. That's Control H, Control Alt. Let's just go edit. Delete all history. There we go. That'll help us to not crash in the near future. So let's delete that. And I'm going to bring an additional row down through here and an additional row here. Let's bring that back. And that's, I think, is going to solve my issue. I'll create a tray here. And I think, let's see, which way is going to cost me less. So right now I have to, I want to quad out this try. I don't want to live with that try. Having that try in that area doesn't bother me, but I want to quad it out. Like having this little T-junction here doesn't bother me, but I do want to quad it out. So which way is going to cost me less? Coming across here, which is going to wrap around the other side to the same point, or if I drop in an edge loop here, which I'm going to have to contend with through the rest of the body. So the obvious choice would be right there. Now let's bring this out. Start relaxing out some of these faces that are working really hard. Don't always want to rely on the relax from quad draw. So I try and keep things tidy as I go. So before I even move forward, I'm just checking everything else that I've already done to make sure that it's nice and clean. All right, I see another area where I'm going to need to try, which is right here, but I'm not going to form it yet. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to, let's see, handling this shape. Create a face like that, bring this over here. And I'm dropping these for structural reasons, right? This area does not flex, it doesn't animate. It's a hard surface object, so I don't need all the edge looping that I need in those other areas, but I do need enough to hold the shape. So I have to start with the basics of that shape, and then I'm going to have to resolve this. And it doesn't take a whole lot really to figure out what I need to do here. It's just a matter of doing it. And it's much simpler than working on the eye or the nose and mouth. So let's quad that out. Let's quad that out. And I'm going to lean on my normal map. I'll deal with the try there. And switch it there. I'm going to rely on my normal map to give me the shadow that's going to be sitting in here. Alright. I'm going to take this edge and place it along the peak of this shape. Got an edge that's working really hard over here, so let's bring it in. Go out to our center line. I want to increase this spacing here, and this is a prime example of what I'm talking about when I say gradual changes. We're gradually going from dense into a lighter area, which will be up here. I don't need all those edge loops to hold this shape or to be in this area. This area doesn't flex. I don't need to animate it. I don't need the geometry there. Geometry is expensive. Alright, from here, let's see, can I get away with that? Maybe. I think I'm going to have to come out just like that. And when you're trying to think of where to drop your geo, where to flow into an area, where to reconcile things, think of those objects in their most simplest form. All right? Just think about how few lines can I create to hold that shape. So that's really the name of the game, is nice, clean, light geometry. Oh, thank you, Claude. I appreciate the compliment. Claude just called me a mad evil genius. Alright. Let's go back to our quad draw. Bring that out. Let's just hold down the relax and see what we get here. I want to be careful with the relax though, because the relax can move edges out of place that we really want to hold the structure from. Just like I was coming into like this area here, across the top, and I was trying to hold that peak. If I were to come in here with the relax right now, that would completely destroy that placement. So I do not want to run the relax everywhere. Slide that in here, slide that in here. I want some equal distribution in this area. No single poly should be working too hard. By working too hard, I mean it's super stretched out or it's trying to cover too much. If I see an area like even this area, I think I'm concerned about that. So I'll probably want to drop in an additional edge loop here to help out those two faces.